Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. My name is Samantha. I'm the co-owner and operator of a 2-acre farmstead, sustainably ran, organic, here in Southeast Louisiana. Folks, I've got to bring this to you. I want you to imagine this. Imagine paying this amount of money above my head, over $30,000 a month, to house one person in a hotel. What is she talking about? Talking about the fire victims from the Lahaina massacre. That's what I'm going to call it. It's a massacre. It is costing the taxpayers of Hawaii over $30,000 a month to house fire victims in hotels. There are several nonprofits that had the small pop-up housing ready to go in February of 2023. And they were delayed, you ready for this? Because it's going to get better. Delayed by Maui County repeatedly. The government of Hungary had these modules shipped to Maui as a gift to this nonprofit 16 weeks post-fire. It wasn't allowed to open, folks, until April. That was last month. Now, here's the kicker. FEMA's done. FEMA's done. FEMA will not pay another penny to the fire victims. So now, Josh Green and Bisson are scrambling. But what is mind-blowing to me is that $162 million was raised for the fire victims. And if you take $162 million and divide it by 5,000 people, okay, you end up with this figure above my head. They could have just given that money to people and let them figure it out. But the bureaucracy, the red tape was unreal. They demanded that these tiny homes have fire hydrants outside and sprinklers on the inside. Do you have a sprinkler in your house? Anybody that lives on Maui, do you guys have sprinklers in your house? It just seems like the more we dig into it, the more we realize the ineptitude and the incompetency of Maui and their officials. Folks, they are building these neighborhoods just north of Lahaina. Okay, see the picture? Now, these are supposed to be temporary for 3 to 5 years. Mark my words. Mark my words. People will be stuck there for life. They are not going to willingly let anyone rebuild in Lahaina. I do not believe it. I think in 5 years, I'll be back on this camera talking to you guys, telling y'all, I told y'all so. I told y'all so. I just don't see it happening. They want that land too badly. They're temporary. What they're doing, building these multi-million-dollar temporary housing units, just means that they're going to house people there way longer than temporary. Way longer than temporary. So what do you think? Do you think the fire victims are ever going to be able to rebuild on their property? Do you guys think it is right for FEMA to draw a line and say, hey, we're 9 months post-fire. It's time for you guys to be getting back on your feet. We're not going to fund any more projects. Do you think it is okay? This is the big kicker. There is a Hawaiian company which is majority Hawaiian owned. Hammer, come. We're working with the dog. Steven's got the puppy. I've got the German Shepherd. That has been chosen to do most of the dirt work. He's being investigated right now by the federal, well, he was in 2023, by the federal government for defrauding the federal government. Look how much money his company received to do work on the Hawaiian Islands and Guam and cleanup and that kind of stuff. There's so much dirt with these politicians and large companies. Also, one more thing. Guys, remember me talking earlier with y'all today, right? And me talking about Peter Martin. 2 or 3 companies have put in bids to do contracting work on these new neighborhoods with the housing. How much do y'all want to bet Peter Martin or one of his companies is hired to either do the water, the electrical, the pools, or the housing itself? That's how dirty this is. That's how dirty and underhanded the politics happens to be on those islands. And I don't know if you guys realize, but only 27% of the population of all the Hawaii Islands, all of them, happens to be native Hawaiians. More Hawaiians live off island than on island. That is a trend that began in 2010 and continues till today. When we go see the King August 2nd and 3rd, one of the things he wants to do is do an all call for the Hawaiian natives to come back to their land. I pray every day that you guys row in our boat to get there, because we're going to be passing out cash money to the fire victims. Unlike all these nonprofits that just keep hiring employees and giving out gift cards and used stuff, we're going to hand out cash. So if you are a fire victim or know someone that is a fire victim, please reach out to me and Stephen prior to our trip in August. Let me get your information. Let me set up a time to either interview you. You don't have to be on camera. I'll turn the camera somewhere else and just let you talk so people can hear you. We want to make your stories and what you've been through open to the world, and we will do that confidentially if we have to. We love you guys. I just thought I would end tonight. I feel emotionally drained. I feel so disgusted with what has happened to these people and the inability and the intentional disregard for them. Green's like, oh, we must get people out of the hotels that's costing us $1 million a day. What kind of hotels are you using, dude? Because not every hotel's $1,000 a night per person. Putting a screw to them. Or, like my husband said, basically the Red Cross is pocketing that money. He said, as far as we know, they bought a small hotel, put the fire victims in it, and now they're just paying themselves and they'll own the hotel at the end of it. Sam, I went, oh my God, I would have never thought to do that. But a nonprofit can. Stephen and I are not a nonprofit. Whatever money you send us, I will tithe out of, plus I will pay taxes on. But it's okay, because God makes a way. I'm not going to be a nonprofit for them. So if you'd like to help us and help the fire victims, I'm going to drop in the top of comments the different ways that you can do that. God bless you guys, and God bless Maui.